Good afternoon from Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. Today is Friday. It was 52 degrees a little bit earlier ago. The sun is behind a cloud, so it might be a little cooler now. Not a bad day at all. With the sun was out most of the day. Let's see, catch up. Wednesday I was in Waldron, and I stopped by Drew's in the afternoon. It was only like 36 degrees, so yeah, didn't do any filming or anything like that. Just a quick little break, a little bit of scheming, stuff like that. And then Wednesday night, luckily I got home before dark, because Wednesday night I was going out to close up the chicken coops, close all the doors, make sure the fences are on, and electrified with my little tester. So I was going out to do that, and I saw something come out of a tree, land right in front of a coop, and then I saw it hop into the coop, and I noticed it was an owl at that point. And I caught the owl. So here's some pictures of the owl, and then I'll try to do a little recreation of how that all went down. It was right before dark. I mean, still plenty of daylight left. Not all of the chickens hadn't even gone into the coops yet. But what I was coming into this flock. This is number two's flock, and right when I got about right here, off to my right, you see that coop over there, and up in those trees, I saw something swoop down from those trees and land on the ground there right in front of the coop. And then I must have had I probably kept walking towards the front of this coop, and so I got about here, and then I had a good view, and I could see it hop into the doorway there, and it was an owl. So yeah, owls will eat chickens. My instinct was to grab my net, which was right over there by the trash can. So I headed over this way, had to hop the fence, trying to do it quicker. There was my net, I grabbed it, and then I'm hustling over here to the coop, and I've got my eye on it. So it had been in there for a little while, and I could see it saw me coming, and it tried to fly out, but it was going to the right of the door. So it was like in the corner there, and it kept flying up and hitting this chicken wire, but it did not make it out of the door. So what I was able to do is just reach around and scoop it up, and then this twists so that it stays in there, and then I was able to put it in one of my pet carriers. That happened pretty fast, and I am lucky that I was able to get it out of there, although I don't know how. It did not get any of my chickens, so that was a very good thing. Just perfect timing, I guess. That was interesting that it was, right before dark. It wasn't dark yet. I did not need a flashlight yet. And before I scooped it up in the net, I had noticed, you probably noticed in the pictures, that one of the irises in one of the eyes is very enlarged. And I noticed that when it was staring right at me before it tried to fly up into the chicken wire again. And before I scooped it up, I noticed that eye, the iris in it, was larger than the other one. So yeah, very interesting. Yeah, then I put it in to one of my pet carriers, and I got some pictures and some photos. So pictures and photos, yeah, they're the same thing. Pictures and video. Here's the video. Very, very cool bird to see up close. Probably a little bit, maybe about the size of one of my larger roosters. Beautiful barred feathering on the underside. I haven't looked up what type of owl it is. I probably should have done that before I made this video. So yeah, that was just so cool to be able to see that up close. And I observed it for a few minutes while I was taking pictures and video, and it did not seem to be, not like I'm an owl expert and have have ever been that up close to an owl, but it seemed to be acting normal. It didn't seem to be acting injured. As far as I know, without being an owl expert, it seemed to be perfectly healthy. So and I had planned, from the get-go, I knew that I'd have to let it go somewhere. So that's what I ended up doing. It was after dark by that point. And so I stuck the pet carrier in the back of the truck. I took it down to the lake, and I let it go at the lake, and I got a little bit of footage of me letting it go. I had to tip the cage a little bit to get it to go out the door, but once it got out the door, it flew straight off, and that was a beautiful sight, watching that owl take off right over not over the shoreline, right down the shoreline. Very cool experience, and I can say that because I didn't lose any chickens. And there were still chickens that were still out roaming around in that coop. I guess it's over there. Yeah, there were still some chickens in that flock out roaming around. It wasn't dark enough yet for all my chickens to have gone to roost. So that was very lucky. I was very lucky that it tried to go into the coop instead of getting one of the other chickens. Maybe, I don't know, that I could have affected it. People said, oh, it had a head injury, and I don't know. I Googled it, and owl experts said that sometimes that can be a birth defect where you've got one iris bigger than the other, and especially right at sunset, because their irises get bigger depending on the light sensitivity, and we were in the right before dark, so eyes hadn't adjusted to, I don't know. I'm not an expert, and I'm not pretending to be an expert. I did know right away that I had to let it go. So yeah, that's my owl. That's my owl story. And the lake is only a few miles away. It could have beat me back here for all I know. But you know, there's not much else I can do with that. Hopefully, the experience was, you know, negative enough for that owl that it won't want to come back to this property. But I just have to keep my eyes open, maybe close up my coops a little bit earlier, which will require me to chase chickens. You know, all chickens go to bed. But yeah, very interesting experience, and I lucked out that I didn't lose any chickens. So that's my owl story. Thank you for watching. Hope everybody has a great weekend. It's supposed to be up into the 60s here in a few days. I will take that. So rain this weekend though, for me. I don't know. I'm just going along to get along. Thanks for watching. Take her easy, everybody. Oh, we have a rare Grumpy in the Wild sighting. What's up, Grumpy? Where you been all day? You got any stories for me? Grumpy. Grumpy. What are you chasing? Was that a bird? What are you doing, buddy? Say goodnight, Grumpy. Meow. Meow.